making the decision from everyone on that team to follow on it. The Falcons down to 3 now. This would be a good game to get further up those steps inside of the leaderboard, see themselves a bit more safe going forward. Gamax currently over towards the eastern side of this circle, but still fairly central. But down towards Milt is where I'm most worried for a lot of teams. Crunching through that area of the map, not always easy. Arena currently right on the backlines of it though. Likely one of the first teams to find troubles getting out from here, especially because Yangon Galacticos know their location and Alpha 7's expecting a team to make that wrap through the fields on the eastern side.
Yeah, they had the double hovercraft when they were able to bonnet away the solo player from Yangon Galacticos. Since then, one of them was blown up. Still got some vehicles to work with though, and have been advancing further forward. Squash is the one just peeking out the top floor window, trying to get a read in the lay of the land as they make their move over. Nongshin Red Force down in the compound here as well. Quick peek up towards the ridge side. Doxy seeing if he can spot them out.
Regnum Kai is a team that I'm definitely looking at. 7th place, but I think they're a team that should be going through, or should be at least hoping to make it through. I don't think it's a bad team whatsoever. Loxy, Wild, Silas, all very strong in their own right. Toshpik's had a good addition to the squad. And it's been close each time, right? Even in those group stages, it was close. They got knocked out in the final game when they were playing at I think it was 7th place. And it was Thunder Talks and was it DRX or... which team was it that managed to get ahead of them? Either way, it was Ida.
Yes.
Ida, there we go. Ida was able to overlap them as well in that final game. It was only a few points here and there. So for Regnum Kaya, this is a team that I expect to make it through the survival stage, but in 7th place, it does look a little bit...
Scarface is up close to clean up as well, so the Bizons put to good use, accrue those points, and just leave the one man who's running through the tree line to try and close the gap between them. Horrific position to be left into. Yeah, so kind of just trapped there.
Yeah. It's nice as well. I think that Ketch is seeing how Scarface is playing, and I'm pretty much having that notion of I can't sit on the backlines anymore. I used to be the star on this team, and I've got to bring that energy back again. I think he has been doing very well to support Scarface here. I think right now they're the 2 highest damage players in this lobby, with Ketch actually taking the 1st place there, which is really nice. Sometimes you do need to have a teammate step it up to give you that extra kick to be like, okay, I need to do my teammate proud.
This is a messy one. Hora with the split, behind the rock and up on top of the ridge with Vision. In the middle of the gulch there. Nades being thrown out from either side. Fair amount of damage translated onto either. Play with trying to engage from this, but quick peek from Marcelo over the top of the smoke, and he's able to grab that one. No fear going down to the follow-up nade as well, so it's really looking rough for Hora. And in come Noxian Red Force, able to dive on top of this. Doxy now going to see what he can steal away. The nade could be absolutely massive as well. Close quarters engagement on this one, into the back, it detonates, and Vision are being blinded by the shrapnel. Oh, this is brutal.
It gave Horror a slight opportunity to get away from this as well. Doxy on the top side will find one with a very clean spray down. Using the UMP here, now just Volt remaining. Sensibly the best player on this squad. Looking to finish off Horror at least. Caused them such problems in the past. And it's not a fun area to play this around shelter. You have a lot of these positions that sit around, which is not always the most comfortable bits to cover. You can't fully commit underneath into the shelter underground because you lack information, you lack knowledge. Someone can send over towards you and then just hold you out with nades or even vehicles to block the stairways. It's unenjoyable.
It's quite an elongated bout between them as well. I mean, Volt's been trying to find an off angle to peek back round. Ooh, did Tizzy spot him on the angle there, trying to peek back down? Got Tizzy on the ridge side, peeks up into it. Yeah, Tizzy knew. We'll shut down Volt, so that's vision removed. Obviously in 10th place going into this one. No chance to really build themselves further up the standings. And Fireflux could still guard towards that as well when Nonshin have to reposition. Meanwhile, we get the fight in here between R8 and AX. Nades over the top, vehicles in play.
We push back down towards the south. It's an unfortunate assumption there coming through from Henry. I think he tried to at least go for a decent nade behind the tree. And I think that without the little information, it was pretty well placed, honestly, if the player was there. Ida finding Zizzy. Horror does finally go down to Doc C, and Nongshim Red Force on a bit of a tear here, despite, you know, probably going down to R8 in the next couple of moments. I still think a 7 Elim game is very good. And it will just keep them up towards the top side of the lobby. Power did lose one earlier, if we remember. E-Arena manages to get quite far through, at least with a couple of players, but Power immediately will snap down on top of them.
Yangon pushing up. Sakura close towards the action, but it's Mormon that throws out the first stone. Dive to the top as well with the movement, assisted by a teammate. Sakura, smooth moves for the battle back, and they're able to handle themselves quite nicely. The shots now raining in from Power, looking to snatch away some of those points. Revo chiming in, so Alpha 7 from the side, spotting an opportunity and looking to try and seize onto it. Absolutely horrific, has the jump into try and top himself back up and look for some sort of getaway.
Yeah, I think Romeo's in a pretty tough position, right? I'm not sure how you get out of this one. I think the hovercraft will at least give him some capability, a little bit of a defense. E-Arena will send down. Sakura just slumped down on the side seating, and he will get popped out of there, and it will be over as Power picks up a couple more eliminations on their high ground position, which is very nice down towards the south side, and they can kind of cull a lot of the teams on the south. Alpha 7 playing this patient split over towards the east and have yet to lose a player. A lot of action over towards that north side as R8 slowly works their way down. Influence Rage did take a knock, so there is information there for them, and AX could get involved. They know roughly where these players are. In comes R8 though, and Influence Rage need to respond, but players are nowhere nearby to help out at this Wizard Tower. Mark goes in, finds one. Diego left an uncomfortable 1v3.
So easy on the cleanup. Straight in. At his limit for that one. And dispatches both of them. And like you said, there's no real room to trade off with one another as well, with how fragmented Influence Rage was. And with the majority of the teams that are going down being top heavy in the standings, this is opening up opportunities for a squad like R8 to keep building from this one. So being able to at least find what they need in the moment, but Ida from the sideline gets hit by AX that are now pushing up onto it. Lorazin as well taking a face now with their attention turned. The bonnet of Arian, that's going to connect back onto R8.
Yeah, at least like that from AX, who decided to get involved on that. They saw the fighting happening. Fireflux have made their way over towards this western side and looking to sweep on through. Ketch already finding the first over towards Lorazin on the Molotov. Now looking for a little bit more here. They're continuing to rack up those points and see themselves further solidified over towards that first place spot. Currently running with 93 points to the 79 from E-Arena on this game. Gamax, Judo finding Carrillo. This is happening multiple times. Gamax are able to find the shots over toward Alpha 7. A proper nemesis on their hands. It's Turkey versus Turkey, though.
Regnum Karia up close onto Fireflux. Silas firing off shells from the DBS. Good damage done. Meanwhile, the Elim feed showing us the tail between Alpha 7 and Gamax. Scarface with a quick reposition. The Ogle hit heavy. Another man down. Sideline shots as well from AX. Still third partying.
Man, is that Regnum Kaya just down and out there? Yes, it is. Fireflux brings the heat straight to them. They can hold this team under. R8 still holding versus Influence Rage as well as intense game. Fireflux as well as Regnum Kaya go down in mutual destruction.
Nate's out. Intense game. Almost on target there. A little bit of chip damage, but not enough to blow them away. A little bit of cover to work with on this ridge side with a slight lip. Ooh, good tag, peeks up off the back of it. Prestige sees them sprinting in. Wants to get the knock onto the low HP players, but the sideline shots, it's always AX. Right now, they're the ones popping up, finding prime opportunities to at least steal away a couple points here and there. The big dive in from Rafa's good. R8 are finished off because of it, but AX are still in position to make it even more uncomfortable. That's another knockback over. Rafa gets one before he falls.
I mean, AX has been doing great work from this north side, just watching down this way. They've been ever present, ever watching over towards them. Now Valo with a dangerous peek coming through here. Falcons do move up underneath Power, using them as almost bodyguards. This slight ridgeline that runs through it looks good. Romeo sends on over. We'll find one of the players from Alpha 7, but it's just a knock that's easily res back up again. And right now they claim a lot of space, but in comes the Falcons off the back of a knock as well. This looks not so great for Alpha 7.
Oh, you've got to be quick to handle this one. Up close and personal, Koa biting at them. He's able to find the first dive over the top as well. Follow-up shots coming through. Backstab from Ragnar as Power able to find some damage. Close range molly thrown in as well. Trying to commit onto those knock players, but they don't want to over-egg it. You've got Carrillo further up the ridge side.
Oh, what are you doing?
Looking to assist. The team nade thrown in. It's uncomfortable, and Koa is on his last legs because of it.
Man, now Valo, what was that, dude? Now, this could be a nice bouncer coming through from Ralph, but he sends it too far over, and the crazy golf maneuver's not happening. Another airburst, and surprisingly, Alpha 7's managed to get their players back up again. There's a big one from Koa. Once again, this guy is just carrying the team.
Single-handedly, Koa is making the difference for the Falcons right now, through thick and thin, even when it's his own team, making it uncomfortable. They do at least dive in. All of the knocks confirmed. You've only got the one man up on the rich side for Alpha 7, looking to at least try and hold them back. But Falcons do win out on that one. They turn their attention round towards Power that are starting to rotate.
That's madness. Koa's basically in a 1v2 team situation there. Playing against his own teammates and Alpha 7. Unbelievable stuff. But what a nade. Very, very nice. I mean, Ralph at least opens up the way for the crazy golf maneuver off the back of the tree. Not quite a hole-in-one, but they'll take a bogey.
AX up close. Not going to be able to win out on that one. Versus intense game. Devotee goes down, but Power Esports have caught whiff of this. They're making their move up. 3 nades to play with for Al Haji. He can dash those in whilst the squad sets up from the side. Carrillo further out as well. Silence, realizing that he's being pushed on, primes one of his own.
Intense game. 2 players here. Silence been quite effective over the last day. In comes the Falcons. Ralph first to face over towards Carrillo. Alpha 7 getting pushed back multiple times. Tries to catch him on the corner. At least has his position on lockdown now.
The choreography in Carrillo has to be absolutely perfect on this. Now Valo with a UMP, bait out shot on the corner, seeing if they're going to commit to the wide swing round. They've still got nades. That could be the difference. Al Haji, though, realizing this is a prime time opportunity to backstab onto the Falcons. He pulls up to the party, up close and personal. Carrillo goes down. Goodbye, Alpha 7, as Navallo makes the move. Nade in as well. Padrino from Intense Game starting to barrage bullets down. Al Haji commits with a burst. Falcons blown away.
Big redemption coming through from Navallo there as well, and the Falcons will absolutely take that, which pushes them further up the tables now, which is very, very nice. It feels less desperate going into our final 2 games. But Power, we were talking about them earlier, they step it up in those survival stages. When times get desperate, they make it happen.
With the communication looking so clean on this one, the rotates have been good, the engagements have always been in their favor. A 3-2 split in the battle of attrition, the final 2 squads here. This could be another massive game for Power. Keep them building up the rankings. And like we said, they thrive in the survival stage. They don't just survive blank, and they're showing that once again this year.
Now look at the finish off, intense game. Over towards the lumberyard. Power looking to hack through them. We'll see if they can call timber, or if Intense Game can stand tall like the Oaks in Canada.
Well, on the Redwoods, you will be red with anger if they're able to close the gap. That's what they're setting up for. Attention from Silence onto Al-Haji. Tucks himself in behind the tree. Nade primed out, low on health. Fadan able to at least get right where he needs to be. Put that DPS in lethal range. See if he can get this connection. Fragment the players. Intense game would be able to be shot from the sideline. Debating whether or not he wants to engage. Onto his teammate of Padrino though from further away. Battling over the top side. Ooh. Silence drops in. The shot fires out. Ears ringing for Fahiden. He tucks in. Running. Not ready. The backstab's there. He's able to grab one. Padrino with the response. It's good.
Haji will find him though. Padrino versus Al-Haji, and one more. Will be an incredible 1v2, but it's not going to be easy. Al-Haji up towards the rocks. And that's power. Take themselves a chicken dinner, looking more like Bear Grylls in these final moments. True survivors here on our stage. Intense game, weren't quite able to hold it out. A tree with more bark than it had bites. Unfortunately there in the end, but it's Falcons who get themselves a nice couple of points there, removing Alpha 7 and dooming them further down the tables.
That one was an awkward fight to remember, but it's anything but uncomfortable for Power. Al-Happy makes another appearance, and of course he's looking animated. The entire team having a very different aura around them than what we saw in the group stage. Far better to witness, but the other side of the coin, of course, is Alpha 7. The frustration's been there, even in moments where it feels like they can almost make it work. Falcons having some internal turmoil. But hey, man, it's better than it could have been.
It is. I mean, to be fair to Navallo, I think he certainly redeems himself versus Creo there towards the end game. But in the meantime, we're going to head over towards a short break before we're joined back again on the desk.
Reach your impossible, Lenovo Legion.
मेरा मन है ना 15 नॉक निकाले 9 किल मिले। पागल हो गए थे लड़के अपने, बट मस्त खेले वे लास्ट के मैच में। अरे बस सोचो अगले 2 मैचों में इन्होंने अगर 33 पॉइंट्स निकाल लिए, बस सोचो वे, बस सोचो रे। बट अपने 4-5 किल चोरी हुए रे, 3 या 4 किल चोरी हुए।
What's the trick that you're mentioning if I take the pawn?
No, I want MVL to play King F7 instead of hunting these pawns.
Sorry,
here.
हाँ
It
मेरा
just
थोड़ा
looks
गंदा
like,
commentary
okay,
के
it's a
लिए।
one-move threat,